Y'all, I'm trying. Apparently, Restream is updated. I apologize, but welcome, welcome, welcome. How is everybody doing? It looks like I may have gotten it halfway right. Oh, literally midstream, they changed the whole ball game on me. I don't have no backgrounds. I don't know. I got new scene demo. I don't know. It literally updated while I was looking at it. How is everybody doing today? So, just to update those of you that are here that have been watching the Young Thug trial, um, sorry, I'm just trying to get my screen and my sensibilities together. Apologize. I don't know what happened to my background color. I don't know. See, when I go back to where the background color is at, I lose me. Um, Not sure. I don't know. Let's see what happens when I do this. Pray that I didn't just screw everything up by hitting the delete key. Okay. Yeah. Not sure, y'all, what I have done or what I haven't done. Let's see. Background. I'm trying. It's not working. Okay. I don't know. We'll go with what I got right now. Seems like a plan. I see there's 3 people in the chat, maybe. I have updated the title of this video, but it's not showing that it updated. Is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? Shout me out. Those of you that are here in the chat, let me know um, that you're here. And let's see. Hey, Miss Justice. You should be showing up on the screen. I finally figured out how to get the chat to show on the screen during the replay. Oh, I think we should have since it's just me and you, it looks like, and maybe whoever wants to hide in the shadows and the bushes and watch, maybe we should have let's see, is today Tuesday or Wednesday? Let's have a terribly messy Tuesday. How about that? Because I feel like being messy today. How about that? I might even talk junk. The right person comes in and asks some questions. I will answer any question anybody wants answered with the full authenticity that I can do, the most honest I can do. So, let's see. I want to open a window. If y'all just bear with me a moment. I'm trying to figure out how to pull up what I want to open. Questions real quick too. Has anyone, I don't know how to make this full screen on my screen right now. I'll do the best I can. Has anyone heard anything about there being a fire at in Tennessee? Let me see. Hold on, I'll pull it up. What I was told, the message I received at the Pressman's house in Tennessee. Your Thanksgiving was last month. You probably had one better than us. If y'all hear something playing in the background, I'm going to apologize. I'm trying to pull something up and figure out how to turn the volume on it. Okay, got it. Oh, wait a minute. Somehow I'm messaging myself right now. Y'all, how did I do that? Okay, minimize. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Welcome to everybody that's in here. So far, it looks like it's just me and you, Miss Justice. It's me and you, kid. Let's see how this share screen thing works now. Okay. See if it still does the same, or if I'm going to have to do something different. Okay. Um, Waiting. Okay. I can see my little face come up in the corner here in just a moment. I'm gonna mute, and I want y'all to hear this, and I want a discussion if I can. Yes, the fire. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. We're gonna talk about that today too. Um, I'm gonna play three shorts, three reels that were sent to me that are relevant to what we've been talking about with the P Diddy case and whether or not a couple of the people that are out here talking um, are real or not. I guess is the best way I know to say it. I don't know why it's not doing full screen. I don't know what to do. Y'all, I apologize if it looks a little different than normal. I'm doing the best I can. Um, but let's start off with everybody's favorite Jaguar Right. And let me tell y'all something. I know some people might not want to hear this or whatever, and I apologize. But that being said, um, in the end of days, allegedly, depending on what religious beliefs you have, certain things are very similar and very much the same throughout text. I've noticed, from the days of the Mayans, emerald tablets, all that, all the way up to current time. And in the end of time, up is down, black is white, right is wrong, and wrong is right. And discernment is key, I guess. And I'm of a mind of question everything. And today, that's what we're gonna do. Those of you that have been following the Young Thug trial, I'm gonna be switching back and forth, opening the window up while this is playing. We got a countdown by Law and Crime, I think, going on right now. I'm probably gonna go to Atlanta first. They just generally usually have better sound. There's nothing but the golden seal. I didn't live stream like a lot of people did today because I kind of know how it goes when they send people back for deliberation and jury trial. Never seen one with this kind of mountainous evidence. I'm very shocked. People are thinking they took forever. And I will say the state dragged their feet. They were supposed to have their ish together. But since day one, they've not had their ish together in Thug's trial and the co-defendants. So why would we expect them to start doing the right thing today? It's a little too late to do the right thing now type of situation, you dig? I mean, listen, and I'm gonna keep it a band with you, and people can get mad at me. Hold on. If there's a way I can go off of this window right quick, I will. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I can't unshare without undoing everything. I don't know how now that there's an update. But anyway, Liz, I'm gonna put this. I did a short, and it probably went over a lot of people's head. I have a very dry sense of humor. I'm very sarcastic, and I get frustrated with and it kind of short when I feel like somebody's either lying to me or just trying to play me stupid. If you lie to me, especially something that I know better about, you're insulting my intelligence. And you're playing me stupid, and I'm not one to fall for it. Just plain and simple. And deal with it. But anyway, the state, if we believe the state, and the way they want us to, then we would believe everything we see on Instagram, all these influencers, Instagram models, and everything that's living the good life. We believe all that. We wouldn't think that one of the Instagram TikTokers that's doing the upgrades and going to Target and getting the Stanley Cups and doing all the little fuzzy slippers and everything everybody does was actually having a fictitious barcode that she was scanning at Target and getting $500 worth of crap for $25, thinking she was going to get by with it. Posting herself in the outfit, getting ready before she went after. I mean, it's the worst case of dry snitching, self snitching, whatever you want to call it, I've ever seen in my life. But the thing, my point is, everything on the internet isn't real and isn't believable. But if we listen to the state of Georgia in this RICO trial, then real talk, we would have done fell from the Nigerian king scam, the send me $50, win 20,000. There, every one of them lawyers gonna be on catfish because they over here talking to a cat, a dog, or a flyer, or whoever, thinking a man, thinking they talking to a woman, or vice versa, and believing in sending money. I want to know what their emails is and their DMs because I need some money, and I'm gonna promise to be their girlfriend. I'm serious. Like, nobody is as dumb as they want us to be. No jury can be that dumb. And I'm making a prediction while it's me and Miss Justice and whoever's watching us in here. I predict less than 10 days deliberation time. Now, understanding tomorrow, today, they only deliberate till 5. They can choose to stay till 7. And if they choose to stay till 7, it's going to be because they think they can wrap it up that fast. I don't see it with just the mountains of evidence. I don't know I don't know if they have to accept. I don't know how it is in Georgia. If they have to accept it, I know if they say that they can't reach a discussion, they don't have to. I mean, a decision, they don't have to accept it. And if they're a hung jury, if they're unable to come to a conclusion, that 10 days that I'm predicting is off the rocker. I think they're going to split the baby. Is a term they use. Kind of like what happened in the Jonathan Majors case. That's what I think. I don't think Yak Gotti is going to get the worst of anything. I think the majority of stuff, which the jury isn't even deliberating and considering him for the biggest charges. Like, the judge already gave a directed verdict on that for him. Mr. Bumpus, Shannon Jackson Stillwell Bumpus, and everybody called me a liar, by the way, when I put that out before it hit all over the YouTube lands. And a bitch was right. Thank y'all. Hey, and if y'all don't know another YouTuber out there that is about her paperwork and will get them court documents and slap them in your face no matter who you are, check out Mickey the Truth. Mickey the Truth. She's from South Carolina. Shout out to Nikki. She don't support me. I don't even think she's a subscriber. Doesn't matter. She does an excellent job, and she don't take no crap. There's a lot of people out here saying that basically she covered for Sadie Nash and da 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 da. She got the verdict paperwork. She did not get the actual court transcripts and go through those to say whether or not he snitched or not and all that. Yo, bro, it's been like 30 years ago. If Woody can be glorified the way he is, and Brick Baby can be up here on No Jumper and glorified the way he is, I say let the man live. Because y'all mark my words. I'm telling you this today. What's today's date? The 26th of November, 2024. If y'all don't know the name Brick Baby, when Lil Durk's case comes through, you're going to know about Lil Durk, Rollo, and Brick Baby. If y'all think Brick Baby ain't involved, I say he's unidentified co-conspirator number 4. That's my opinion based on the paperwork. And we'll drop that and talk about it. I'm going to mute, and I'm going to let y'all hear Jaguar real quick. We're going to discuss. I have 3 short reels to show that I already had lined up to show you guys. And then I have a couple videos. I want to talk about Liam Payne. I want to show y'all a video. I had to wait. YouTube has rules. I understand that. So I can show certain people's stuff, but I can't show it until so much time has elapsed. The first like 48 to 72 hours, I can't. And I'm wondering if I've gotten blocked from somebody's channel, if they got mad, but hell. Okay, anyway, I'm going to look it up I'm going to mute and let this play. Sorry, I'll explain.
To find out what's really been going on in the background. Y'all don't see the lineup?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one. I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane, move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background. Y'all don't see the lineup?
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, we see the lineup.
I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the
Okay, hopefully this ain't going to start talking before to let me talk. I'm not trying to show my whole Facebook page, but I don't know what else to do right now. I'm trying. So, I'm going to say this. A lot of people out here love Jaguar and everything, and I don't have a beef with her. Understand that. But, real old big butt, and I got a big one, so I'm allowed to say that. But, sometimes I think that she adds and edits things to have something to say. I don't mean that in a disrespectful manner. That's not why I'm saying what I'm saying. You can't go online for an interview 2 and 3 times a day for a total of 9 hours a day, rehashing what you did 10 years ago or 20 years ago without adding flowers to it. You got thorns and you got trees, and they've withered and they're on the vine hanging. You're adding flowers to it. You have to. There's a lot of stuff. I went to it. If y'all, I don't know if y'all heard it, I've said it before. There's a channel called Lipstick Alley. It's an old vlog. I mean, we're talking late 80s, early 90s, and early 2000s popping. More so than Perez Hilton. Now, Miss Justice, I just played the video. Exactly. Can you say flip floppy? One day she's saying them, the two new. See, I'm. Here's my thing, you guys. This is, and as survivors, I think a lot of us understand and have a different perspective than others. Yeah, I'm pissed off at people wanting to lie and scam and scheme and say they went through something they didn't go through. That ain't no badge of honor you want to claim if you ain't lived it. Let me say it again for those out there that don't know any better. It's not a badge of honor. It's not something that you want to claim. Those of us that are survivors of SA and DV and everything else out there under the sun have many sleepless nights, may go hours and days on end without being able to sleep or eat or feel safe, may ask ourselves again and again, why me, Lord? Why? And why did you put me through this, and why did you allow me to make it? There's many times I have just got my life back together in a way and out of a situation and feeling safe. And there was a recent person that passed away that I know of and got word. Basically, that person that person that I was dealing with and got away from is back in that area. So I've had a lot of sleepless nights lately. That's why I've been a little erratic and not able to go live. I've PTSD on 9,000. And it makes me angry that someone would claim it if they didn't live it. Now, my thing is, the Misha girl, I feel like she's been through something, but just like I showed you on the last live stream, it's live for live linked twice. And people was like, well, they probably made that movie after her life. She's never told the story before to nobody until she got on YouTube within the last couple of weeks. That's one. Two, I don't care what nobody tries to say. That girl sitting on P. Diddy's lap in that studio with that D&G Dolce & Gabbana t-shirt that's cut V-neck and sleeves out. That's a white woman. Now, people get mad at me if they want to. At the very minimal, she might be mixed, like Puerto Rican and white, or African American and white, or Hispanic and white, but she got some Caucasian up in there. And the girl that's saying it's her ain't got no Caucasian. It ain't got nothing to do with weight. It's got to do with that blonde hair and that tan that we was all trying to lay in the tanning bed and achieve back then when the picture was took. Now, am I sitting here telling you that he didn't have another female in there? Welcome, Susan. Welcome. Am I going to sit here and say he didn't have another female in that studio and he didn't tease her hair up and have makeup put on her and the same outfit put on and sitting on his lap and that's why the girl's confused? I will not say that. I won't say that. But here, all of a sudden, when it's time and we're down to the wire, when there's allegations that Diddy was judge shopping and trying to offer funds directly to individuals' pockets to get the heck out of jail. And I'm just going to keep it a band. Yes, we know everybody that's locked up does the three-way call thing and may trade their phone talk time for commissary or whatever, but it's still not right and not legal. And if they catch you, you get time for it. You lose privileges. He got caught. Oh, but one victory I want to say real quick. One victory for the good team, I guess, is I don't know how else to put it. But one thing I see as a victory, and give me some hoorahs in the chat and raise the roof. Susan Smith did not, I repeat, did not get parole. And that was the fakest apology cry I ever seen in my entire life. Bitch couldn't even muster a real tear. Oh, oh, I was so bad. And if y'all want to see it, we can watch it. You can see what I'm talking about. I'll play it. But damn it, I don't think we ought to give that biatch. And I said it, and I meant it. Not one more moment of our time. She didn't give a damn about her family and her kids. Why should we give a damn about her ass? And all she's done while she's been locked up is violate for dope and men. Oh, it's annoying. It, Miss Justice, the reason I think is, well, of course, he got high powered lawyers. They raided his cell. They lied. They got caught lying, like the state of Georgia lied. What I want to know is why is Damian Williams resigning? That's what I want to know. Why is that the attorney general that brought these charges resigning? What's up with that? And they said it was expected, and I've been trying to find out why it was expected, but can't nobody answer that question. So I don't know on that one. Right quick, this video I've got is a short reel again. Those that don't know, this is a little scrappy. A lot of y'all are familiar with him, probably from Love and Hip Hop, if anybody knows of him. Me personally, I Snoop Dogg is actually who he came out with. Oh God, I'm trying to think of the name of the song. I can see him in the daggum car. He had 2 or 3 good little songs around the time Young Jock came out with this Going Down and all that. Little John, Snoop Dogg, Young Jock, all that. Amen to that, Miss Justice. The biggest. Thank you, David Smith. And he emphatically said, along with the prosecutor, and the sheriff, and David's family, they will be there in 2 years to ask that she not get parole again. She needs to live the life that she gave them 2 boys to live. Period. Period, 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 period. Exclamation marks all the way to the moon and back. Trifling. The things that she not only put them youngins through, but their daddy, their grandparents, their aunts, their uncles, their playmates, their neighbors. And let's not forget the community at large and what she tried to perpetrate. Ooh, the scary black man carjacked me and took my kids. No, bitch, it's the scary white girl that wanted to screw around and thought she found a better deal, and the kids was like an anchor and an albatross. Keep it a band. You found you a rich man that gave you the excuse that he didn't want children, so you tried to do away with your kids so you could go screw around. She makes Casey Anthony look like Mother Teresa. That part. Same story, different channel. Oh, I can't talk about it because I get so mad. I see the little boy sitting in the chair in the overalls. My son had those same overalls. I had to lay my son in the ground, and not because I wasn't there, and not because I didn't do, and not because I didn't want him and I didn't try, not because I couldn't have had an easier life if I'd have chosen something different. I wish a motherfucker would have told me, I love you, don't want you, but I don't want your kids. You don't love me and you don't want me. If you don't want my kids, they part of me. What you mean? Ugh. Sorry. I didn't mean to get off on a little tirade, but that bitch pisses me off. And I'm just keeping it a band. If YouTube takes this down and strikes it, it'll be up on Patreon. That's all I know to do from now on. I'm not holding my tongue no more. I'm tired. I think we're all tired of being censored. We're all tired of having to tiptoe through the tulips and worry about hurting somebody's pansy ass feelings. I'm from Gen X. Nobody even remembers us. When they write articles on the millennials and the generations and what each one of them's called, they forget all about my generation. They'll talk about us. And you know what? They're right. We are the generation that just don't give a fuck. How about that? We don't give a fuck. We don't. We don't. We're tired of holding our tongues. We're tired of the fact that we'll never be able to achieve what our parents were able to achieve as far as land and homes go, because everybody that's got money is buying it up and they're not caring. Right now, they're trying to take from where I live all the way to Tennessee from us, and that we've had for our whole lives. And don't believe me, when it happens in 6 months, when you see what's going on, you'll figure it out. I got to go fight in January. Thank you, FEMA, you fucking bastards. And I said it, and I meant it. I ain't even told nobody what's going on. I just can't even wrap my mind around it right now. I'm mad as hell. And I will put it out there. And the government will know. It'll be a record of it at the very minimal. I got a surprise in my back pocket for y'all asses too. I ain't gonna play, and I ain't talking about no bullets. I ain't talking about no violence. I'm talking about paperwork, baby, documents, and I ain't showing it to we in the courthouse that I can put it on record. I'm not giving you a chance to make up no fictitious shit. No, not today, Satan. Y'all not gonna play with me. When we get before the judge and it's on the official record, that's when I'll pull out the papers. Until then, I ain't got shit to say to nobody. Stop the cap. Okay. Woosah. It might be easier to talk about P. Diddy right now than what's on my mind. So let's just go on over here and listen to Lil Scrappy. This part here, what he says here, floored me. Because number one, I didn't expect to hear from this individual. And number two, whoa, just wait. I don't even know. And I got one more after this.
It's like, what the fuck they got to do with the criminal part of it? Like, they keep trying to throw us off.
They're not telling you what the baby oil is.
Okay.
That's all it is. They're not saying what the baby oil got in it.
Oh, it got something in the baby oil.
Have you ever seen Blink Twice?
Nah.
Y'all ain't seen that yet.
But give me a synopsis real quick.
So Blink Twice the scenario is this rich man, this rich dude that all the girls like. He take all the girls that win something or whatever on a trip to an island to his house.
Oh yeah, just a tad bit of background on what he's about to say. And this got sent to me after my last live stream. Did a little bit of research on when this came out and everything. Y'all want to know which came first, the chicken or the egg? The girl's story that is sus on the Diddy situation that came out with Lionel B and whatnot. Her story came out almost 3 weeks after this interview. That's all I'm going to say there. Let's go back.
His house or whatever. And they go out there and they have fun every night. They get drunk, they have wild parties. I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but I know I'm gonna say one part is one of the girls was tied up in the end, right? And he was sitting there looking at her when she looked up, and he said, man, last year you did it, but this year I didn't even think you could pull it off. I said, this year? Man, they didn't even know they've been there for a couple of years. They think they still been there for a couple of weeks and months.
It's because they so drugged up.
They so drugged up. You know what I'm saying? And from what I heard, that the baby oil got some kind of shit in there where they pour it in your drink. That shit make you forget shit.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it's even deeper than we really think.
Yeah. Because why would you have 1,000?
Yeah. Stories, right? And then you see the media games, 1,000 bottles of baby. It's like, what the fuck they got to do with the criminal part of it? Like, they keep trying to throw us off.
They're not telling you what the baby oil is.
Okay.
That's all it is. They're not saying what the baby oil got in it.
Oh, it got something in the baby oil.
Have you ever seen Blink Twice?
Nah.
Y'all ain't seen that
Nah,
yet.
but give me a synopsis real quick.
So Blink Twice is the scenario is this is rich man, this rich dude that all the girls like. He take all the girls that win something or whatever on a trip to an island to his house or whatever. And they go out there and they have fun every night. They get drunk, they have wild parties. I ain't gonna tell the whole story, but I know I'm gonna say one part is one of the girls was tied up in the end, right? And he was sitting there looking at her when she looked up and he said, man, last year you did it, but this year I didn't even think you could pull it off. I said, this year? Man, they didn't even know they'd been there for a couple years.
I'm going to unmute while I queue up the next short video. Let that sink in for a moment, you guys, what we just heard him talking about. Okay? I watched that. Sorry, I'm tired and it's not wanting to come up. Of course. I'm going to have to unshare and see if I can get it to come back up. I got the swirl going on. I'm sorry. That just blew my mind, y'all. Totally. I'm trying. Y'all bear with me for 1 second. See, I got the swirl. That blew my mind. Because, see, sometimes we have to read between the lines to figure out what's going on, or what people are actually trying to say. Can y'all hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Oh my gosh. I apologize, you guys. I had it queued up. The first two worked. I'm trying. And got the swirl. Here we go. Maybe. Apparently, people don't want me to play these. Not people, but, the powers that be people. Wow. Okay. Wow. I'm trying to show y'all a video that I had, but this page is no longer available. And I know the video worked. Let's see if it'll let me just play it small, possibly. Nope. It's about Michael Jackson, and it got took down. Wow. Okay. I'm guessing that's why I was stuck in a swirl. I'm trying. Technical difficulties aside. It's weird because I can see it. It's michaeljacksondefense.com. Nope. Wow. Okay, we won't be watching that video. I try to go to the website and everything is blocked. That's wicked wild. Okay. On to the next thing. Let me see. I'm trying to pull up Thugger Daily right quick because he's got the most up to date, usually stuff on the trial. So I can keep trial watch going to see if we have heard anything from the jury yet. See. Opening statements. Started exactly 1 year, 1 day short of 1 year ago. Let's see. Let me share what I'm looking at. Because I'm trying to queue up the video that we're going to watch too. Got a little something. If it'll let me pull it up, we're going to watch Gang Gang ATL in honor of that. If it'll let us. Oh, Killer Mike was in it. Bloody E, Tyrone Dennis. So Killer Mike was, wow, y'all. Oh, Miss Justice. Apparently, Gang Gang ATL 2023 was officially released in Canada in English. Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking for the answer. Shut it up. I want the answer. Ah. Maybe it'll let me. It's making me sign in. Y'all pray. I can never remember passwords. It's making me create an account. I don't want. I don't know how to make it not sing. It's wanting me to answer. Well, I'm so confused. Here we go again with the I'm so confused, y'all. I'll show y'all what I'm seeing in just a moment. Okay. Please don't make me have to pay for this crap. Yeah, there's Killer Mike, Big as Ike. I'll show y'all all this. Okay. I'm trying to. We'll see what Thugger Daily's got going on. And just in case nobody knew, Drake is actually suing Kendrick Lamar because he's butthurt. I shouldn't say that, y'all, but it's the truth. I feel like, in my opinion, he's saying that even that UNG used bots and record label earnings to promote Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us video that basically took over the internet, and even used some of his own earnings. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm being shadow banned everywhere, including TikTok. I have not had a video on TikTok with under 230 views, and I have my latest one has 1 view. I don't even have a clue. And it says it's approved, it's copyright free, so I don't know what's going on. And I will go over apps. I've been through a whole lot of apps to find those that actually work. If you have registered for IMDb account, you need to create your own watch list, rate and review movies and shows. Okay, so my IMDb is good. Let me turn this volume down so this phone won't ring again. Or at least if it does, it won't be loud. Okay. We are, Lord, I hit a button. Okay. It's 3:35. So the jury has the option in Thug's case to deliberate until 5 p.m. Eastern time today or till 7 p.m. Eastern. What do y'all think? Lord, I don't know what I just hit. And I don't know what's going on with YouTube and their stuff. It's not, I don't even have a clue. Okay. I'm queuing stuff up right now, you guys. I apologize for the slowness. Welcome to my life with Spectrum. I don't want to talk too crappy to them, though, because they'll cut me off. Surprised they hadn't already to keep it a band. Okay. Let's check out Thugger Daily on TikTok and see what we got. I'll let y'all read along with me. And then we're going to look over the Liam Payne. I got to open a window for that right quick. Well, actually, I'll wait because we're going to do the Gang Gang Atlanta thing next. Should be popping up on the screen. I'm just waiting for my X to pop up. Here we go. Thugger Daily has been instrumental throughout this entire trial in keeping every single YouTuber. Do not let them throw some cap, as Max Sharp. Let me give y'all some tea too, some trial tea that y'all might not know. So Max Sharp, Shannon Stillwell's attorney, the one you can see right here. You'll see my cursor circling his face. Bald head, younger. He's married to a lady of color. So it comes across funny because in his closing argument, he didn't sound like a lawyer for a minute, but let me tell y'all something. Doug Weinstein, shout out to Doug. Doug had all the snark and attitude necessary at the end. I loved in his closing argument, if I can find a clip to show you guys, I will, where he says that the prosecution team, and they did, the women was dressed all in red. The men had like a red tie on with their black suits. And he said, well, The prosecution is dressed all in red today. Does that mean that they're a gang? And again, if you guys don't know, and you can see my live on X to the right. I don't know how to go live on X. But breaking news, of course, again, those of you that do not know, Young Thug's RICO trial that he pled, Thug's pled out, but we still have Yak Gotti and Shannon Stillwell. And as I understand, about, I think it's 16 more defendants in upcoming trials. Sorry, y'all had to take the blood thinner. In upcoming trials. So the outcome of this trial, I think, is huge because, and y'all tell me what you think in the chat. If the state loses this, and losing is an acquittal, they've already pled out everybody, and nobody. Ain't it amazing how these young men? And I'm going to say this. I don't care how y'all look at it. What's really pissed me off is the violation of civil rights, absolutely. But I want y'all to understand something. These men sat in jail for 2+ years because they were dangerous. They were threats to witnesses and everybody else, right? The only person that's threatened witnesses is the prosecution, the district attorney, the state of Georgia. However you want to word that. That's who's put them in jail. That's who's took them from their family. That's who pulled them out the hospital. That's who served them with warrants and put them in chains and Fulton County Blue, as they call it, into a jail, by the way, that during this trial, the Department of Justice came out with a report. It's probably one of the top 3 whatever you want to call it, jails. I mean, listen, jail's not supposed to be a cakewalk and it's not supposed to be fun, but damn, you shouldn't be eaten alive by bed bugs and found 3 days later. Who's supposed to be checking on you and feeding you? I mean, come on, we got at least offer bread and fucking water. It's ridiculous. Well, everybody's walking around being all woke about shit and let me not hurt nobody's feelings and let me not say nothing nobody don't want me to say. How about we start treating each other like humans? Can we start on that level before we try to work everything out? How about we get our own shit together? Can we do that before we try to get everybody else's shit together? Before I can tell somebody how to think or feel about the rainbow community or anything else, I need to have my shit together on how I think or feel. I'm just saying. I wouldn't tell y'all how to knit a sweater if I ain't never picked up some damn knitting needles. Now would I? And that being said, if every time something happens, race is brought into the picture, we're always going to have that as an issue. In a lot of areas, it is always going to be an underlying issue, at least for 10 or 20 more years. I'm going to keep it a band because as long as certain people are alive, it takes time. Time changes everything. If you don't believe that, go and look at a building that's been untouched for 10 years and tell me, has time changed it? Did nature take over and change it? Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we're just going to scroll right quick through Thugger Daily. I'm going to refresh. You'll see the big X come up on your screen. I just now realized I got my pajama pants on inside out. Y'all, whoop, whoop. Everybody type inside out day in the chat, please. Come on. Give me some love. If you're going to sit there and listen and watch, at least show me some love. It's amazing. I gave a liar my support, and I see her all the time with 200 to 1,000 people in her chat just listening to a liar lie. And she's a liar. Her husband might be disabled, but when she got caught in the driveway at Summers' parents' house by Kathy and them, her husband was the one driving. Her words, not mine. I have the text to prove it. I've never come out and done anything and said anything, and I'm not going to, because God don't like ugly. And I pray every day. And I'm not talking about, I pray your brakes go out as you go down the hill, or flower pot hits your head like I wish I could. I'm not talking about those kind of prayers. I pray for God to help me do the right thing. I pray for Him to help me grow, because I'm a work in progress. I really am. I have no qualms about saying that at all. I went back a few months ago and was looking at things I was tagged in and some comments that I never knew existed. And I wish I hadn't known about them before, because then I would have known who I couldn't trust. The best friend of my unknown silent enemy can't be my best friend. So many times I believed here on YouTube land that people I had met and developed friendships with were just as earnest as I was. Even those that aren't monetized have ulterior motives. Clout has become the new money in a lot of ways. And I was used. And that's why I can't let Summer's case go. But I can't do any of that again. And if nobody sees the play, I've stepped back and stood back from there. And I'm going to say this live on YouTube. Do y'all not catch that play? How does everybody still tune into old girl after she done married old dude? And admitted math head. He admitted it. His girlfriend that she apparently stole it from admitted it. Everybody admitted it. Oh, but let's tune in to see what she's got to say, because we're sure she's going to tell us the truth. The chemtrails is what they rode on to get there to pick her up. Get the hell out of here. Everybody on that hill is in on it that's spoken to y'all. It's redirection. Every one of them knows where that child is and what happened, including Jody Sue, allegedly, in my opinion. Now, I've said it. I've held it for years. Everybody on that hill was partying together. Everybody on that hill was partying together days, hours before that child went missing. Was reported missing, allegedly, in my opinion. They all know about the parents' habits when it comes to the rugs. Every one of them knows. Every one of them. There's a code of silence because they're all involved in some way, shape, or form. They all have knowledge. They might not have been there, they might not have seen it, but they know more than they're telling you. They damn sure do now. Nothing like that happens in an area that tight-knit, that small, that interrelated, that you don't know about. And when Ronnie Lawson said they don't have a rug issue out there, he's a liar too, in my opinion, allegedly. Could he have something to hide? I don't know. Albert, please, for the children. 2 and 2 will always be 4. It'll never be 3 or 5. I'm tired of pussyfooting around. I'm tired of skirting around. I'm not doing those cases no more. I'm not doing exposés. I'm not sitting here asking. I'm not. I'm not. I tried to do the right thing in that case. I tried. And I got beat up and beat down. Because why? Because I was going to put the truth out. That's why. I wasn't trying to milk a cow for money. And a lot of people were. A lot of people were. And still are. That child deserved better than that. Everyone that came at me, everybody that tried to drag me down, has eventually shown their true colors, starting with Lizzie the Lizard. Y'all don't think that was a play? Chase, aka Brad, he knew Jody Sue. He knew Andy. He fucking knew Don. He knew Fred. He knew every one of them. Every one of them. The very minimal that can't talk because they're dealings that can put them in jail, in my opinion, will be revealed. Just saying. Take it however you want to. I'm sure somebody's going to talk shit about me. I'm sure they're going to have a video. Thank you. Please go ahead. Clip me. Make your video. Please do it. It'll just get me some more views. I mean, hell, I'm tired. I'm tired of having to play the game. I'm tired of the bull crap. I'm tired of every bit of it. Every bit of it. If y'all can't look at some of these people and tell they're tweaked out of their brains, I don't know what to say. Including some of them that's behind the camera. All the crap I got accused of. She fell asleep after being on it. You're damn right. I worked 12 fucking hours. I was helping take care of a 3-year-old. I've got PTSD and sleep until I'm just so exhausted I pass out sitting up. Then I was trying to run back and forth to the hospital. While everybody was talking crap and judging me, they had no idea what I was dealing with and what I was going through because I didn't tell everything. I didn't tell everything, even about my child, until it was near the end. That was a nearly 3-year battle that I went through. The whole time I was on YouTube, I was going through it. The whole time that I was traveling to the vigils and doing everything else, I was going through it. I still have the angel to give to Miss Kay and Miss Brenda. I can't afford to mail it. It's concrete. Hell, I can't even afford to eat right now. I will tell y'all this though. I have been watching videos and I'm probably leaning a little back into what I originally started YouTube for. Just like I've been working on the gameplay stuff and where you can go to really get money and to tell you what to try and what not to try. The same with the couponing thing. Lacey's been doing some work for me with that and videotaping and clipping it and sending it to me so I can help everybody with that because I don't have a car. I don't have a way to go anywhere. I walk back and forth to the store to eat, to have food. I can't even afford a dozen eggs, even with food stamps. $291 a month in food stamps sounds like a whole lot until you get to the store, which I'm sure y'all know that. I'm sure everybody's feeling the pinch. I'm not saying I'm anti-different. And you know, I'm going to say this too. Every one of these mugs out here, and I'm going to name some names. How about that? I'm going to name some names. Smiley, I'm going to name you. You lied. When you told people you hadn't contacted me, you lied. You had. I have proof of it. I have the comments you've made on my page checking on me, the texts that you sent, the voicemails that you sent. I still have the phone, and it's saved in it. Well, after when you said you quit contacting me after that March live stream, you turned on me because I didn't respond to you the same as Cherokee did. Y'all did. And you turned others against me as well. And I'm just going to keep it a band. Because my son and my mom died, and I didn't answer y'all for a month. I didn't talk to nobody. I needed some time. And nobody in the world seemed to understand that. That I just needed some time. So I got drugged while I'm mourning the loss of my child, and my mom, and my child's father, and my stepdad, and my dog, all in less than 6 months. And I'm left facing the fact, on top of that, that I'm not going to have a home. But hopefully I'll save my daughter's car for her and little man to have. I got me a tent, I got me a sleeping bag, and I got me an air mattress. And I got some woods I can stay in. I've been planning for a long time. A lot. As a backup plan. Never get caught out there with your slip showing. But I did trust the wrong people. When they told me they cared and they were my friends, I believed them. I believed that they would understand that I just couldn't talk to anybody. I was so angry for so long. And I'm not angry anymore. I'm past the anger. I'm in the acceptance phase, and it's not easy. Ever had a friend look at you and say that there wasn't nothing wrong with my son's wife getting remarried 7 months after he passed away and being 5 months pregnant? I felt like my church, my pastor, everybody betrayed me and my child. That's what people didn't understand. They didn't have a child. They couldn't. He couldn't have a child. All the chemo and radiation and everything, he couldn't have a child. There's certain stuff as a parent that you never expect to have to face. Girl, I'm with you on the retrain, and I get you, Miss Justice. I've been there, baby. It's free to just be understanding and to just be human and have a heart. And that's what's missing. One thing I learned is if you don't have somebody making shitty videos on YouTube about you, or talking crap about you, or stabbing you in the back, you're not making waves, and you're just not doing. You got to be prepared for the trolls. You've got to be ready for it, no matter what. One thing is, I've definitely become more thick-skinned when it comes to certain stuff, though. I can't, and I don't know that I ever will. I honestly don't. And I don't know if I want to. I went through grief counseling. I wasn't ready for it. I was a slower learner when it came to that. Um, I I know one person that I'll make happy that I finally told the truth and called out old Slimy. But one thing I know she didn't tell y'all, when Mama was in the hospital, I gave her all my research and all my paperwork. That's where she got all her info from, 90% of it. I got the text and the voicemails to prove that too, and the emails. So please call me a liar. Please do. Please do. Because I'm telling you now, you won't like me. Okay. Enough talking about myself. I'm sorry to get off on that tangent, you guys. I do apologize. Let's see. Let me refresh again real quick and see if we have any trial updates. If not, then we're going to see if it'll let us watch Gang Gang Atlanta. Forget about YouTube and striking me. This live stream is done. Let's see. 1 hour ago, it says the jury has officially started deliberations in the YSL RICO trial. Opening statements started exactly 1 year ago, minus 1 day, 11/27/2023. They have been in court for 167 of those days. And that's the two guys that are still on trial. The one on the right in the suit is the one that Kayla Bumpus married. And let's see here. This was fun, I thought. 2 hours ago, the 4 alternate jurors were just informed they're the alternates and will not be part of the deliberations unless an actual juror unexpectedly is unable to continue. It must be a terrible feeling after a year of sitting through this trial. Can y'all imagine that? Sitting there for a year listening to this bullshit, and at the end, when it's time to wrap it up and put it in a bow and say what you feel and think, get told, oh, no, you just got to wait around to see if we need you. Can y'all fathom that one? Let's see. I'm seeing if it has the juror that's co-workers reached out to them is an alternate, so won't be part of the deliberations unless one of the main ones happens. I'm looking for something. Yeah, we got closing arguments. I'm hoping you'll have some of Doug's closing argument here that I can play. I wanted y'all to hear it. Here we go. Let me know if y'all can hear it when I start it here in a second.
You guys are mostly in blue and black. You associate with each other here today. Are you guys a gang? The state is all in red today. Are they a gang because they're all dressed in red? Poor Miss Ingerty happened to come in red today. I guess she's a member of the gang as well. Pictures of YSL wearing green clothing. That must mean they're a gang. You guys are mostly in blue and black. You associate with each other here today. Are you guys a gang? The state is all in red today. Are they a gang because they're all dressed in red? Poor Miss Ingerty happened to come in red today. I guess she's a member of the gang as well. Pictures of YSL wearing green clothing. That must mean they're a gang.
That was one of his little quips. I hope it played right. I forgot to mute. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute and let this minute-long clip play real quick.
Car that pulls up, he gets back in the Pontiac, and he leaves in the Pontiac. He leaves the Pontiac, he goes, you've seen this video 1,000 times. Well, maybe not that many, but it must feel like it. He leaves the Pontiac to go into the Texaco, and he buys some junk food in the Texaco, goes back into the Pontiac. He sits in the Pontiac, he talks to another car that pulls up, he gets back in the Pontiac, and he leaves in the Pontiac. Go in the back. Watch the video 1,001st time. You're never going to see him get in an Infiniti. You're never going to see it. How does he get in the Infiniti? Was there a witness that got up here and put him in the Infiniti? No. Do they have video from the surrounding area that shows him transferring into the Infiniti? No. I mean, presumably, he teleports into the Infiniti. I have no idea what their theory is going to be when they argue to you, but I'm going to be fascinated to hear it, because there's been no testimony about him in an Infiniti.
That's just part of the closing arguments from yesterday. I didn't go live and put it up because a lot of stuff was repetitive and redundant, and I just didn't want to put that out. So, oh, I was going to show y'all this too. I thought it was kind of funny. Thugger Daily said, laughing my fucking ass off. Who's trolling Unc? Because that man does not look like Gunna. Okay. And this isn't something I can play. It doesn't have a playability. But, oh, maybe we can pull it up. Okay, let me just say this. The video that he's supposed to show, if it'll let me play it, it says it's 2 minutes, 28 seconds, and I'll play it if it'll let me. So Whack 100, if y'all know who he is, he be on No Jumper, claims that he bats for the red team, you know, not the blue. He got his rise to fame on the internet by being ass up, face down. I'll just tell it like it is. Some girl that made him mad showed him laying down on the bed, spread eagle, face down. Read what you want. It might show a clip of it in here. Let's see if it'll let it play. Okay, hold on. Pause. Let's make it full screen. Y'all just bear with me.
It fell.
I want y'all to hear all this. I'm going to mute myself right now here in a moment before I hit play. But I want y'all to hear this and know that somebody did the biggest troll ever. Because guess what? The video he has of the confession was something for those of us that's been following this trial saw like 16, 18 months ago or somewhere abouts. But after Doug gave that resounding closing argument, all of a sudden, this video goes back viral again. And people are saying it's gonna, or he's saying it's gonna, but guess who? It was Yak Gotti, DeMonte Kendrick. Now, listen to this and how sure he is and how much shit talking he does when he's all wrong. I just found it amusing. Welcome to the YouTube land.
I was hoping to have this done prior to. We've been working on it, but it fell the way it fell. Hey, Gunner, listen. I'm putting it together. I'm going to give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm going to give you some time, though, Gunner, for you to go ahead on and confess. Confess to the world about all the telling you did. All right? Screw the little clip we all saw. We ain't talking about that. Gunner. The exposers. Hard at work. Gunner. Confess. I'm telling you. It'll be better for you if you confess. If you confess, then I might just like. But Gunner, you know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, you was in nigga, you was in there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. Gunner.
So I can't get the strike. Transformative content for educational purposes. Because let me educate y'all what he's talking about. The 2-hour video he's talking about came out during the trial. Okay? It went viral back then. We've all done videos about it that's covered this trial from stem to stern. That being said, I will update y'all and educate those that don't know, and Whack 100 if you happen to see this. I ain't got no beef with you, Whack. I ain't trying to fight. I used to be a Ruby. Don't go there, okay? That being said, the videos of Yak Gotti, the confession was tossed out in court because of coercion. That's right. That's my term, allegedly, in my opinion. Because he asked to speak to his lawyer. They cut the cameras. They left. They went out to the, I forget what it's called, Sallyport. Smoked a couple cigarettes, got him a plate of wings and some drinks, some other things. Came back. This is Yak Gotti, not Gunna. He had the wrong person. Came back. While he's eating, they're chopping it up. He doesn't realize they're reinterrogating him. He's asked for his attorney. Anything he says after that point is inadmissible in a court of law. But the district attorney, Melanie Willis, D.A. Love, Miss Hilton, Abadi, Adkins, every daggone one of them tried to get it admitted in its entirety. And this is what I mean by the violation of constitutional rights repeatedly in this case. There is so much reversible error in this case that even if the jury comes back 5 minutes from now and says guilty, it's going to appeals court. What does that mean? What does that mean for those that took plea bargains? By the way, let me say this. If the jury gets hung, if there's a mistrial without prejudice, okay? With prejudice means they can't bring the trial up again. Without prejudice means they can retry them. Here's the thing. Trontavious Stevens, a.k.a. Tick, there's like Woody, Kenneth Copeland, a.k.a. Woody. Oh my God, there's another one. There's 2 or 3 of the main state's witnesses that were there because of plea bargain. Okay? Those that were there because of the plea bargain, thank you, Miss Justice. Those that were there because of the plea bargain, their plea deals run out this month, most of them. Sometime between now and I think it's December 14th, 13th, right in around there. Which means that they can get on the thing and say what they really want to say if it gets retried without the threat of 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years probation. Don't believe me? Montauk Montauk, however you say his name, and I don't remember his real name, is back in prison for 7 years because when he got on the stand, he didn't say exactly what the district attorney wanted him to say. Ain't that some bullshit? But he signed the plea bargain. By the way, his lawyer even admitted in open court to being an ineffective counsel for his client and to advising his client to sign the plea bargain that was not what they had agreed to, and to not listening in court, apparently, and to not reading the agreement and assuming that the district attorney gave him the agreement that they had agreed upon. And it wasn't. There was several clauses changed and thrown in for good measure that weren't agreed upon. And there's nothing that man can do. But his lawyer got paid. His lawyer can still practice unless Antonio Montauk's people petition the court and take his lawyer. I would take him before the bar. He admitted everything. By the way, Montauk, we went and looked on reviews. He gave that lawyer a good review in 2023 when he signed the plea bargain. Okay, back to whack being whack.
Confess. Go tell the people. Go tell the people. Matter of fact, you got to do it on my channel. You got to do it on my YouTube channel, The Hunter Show, because either you can confess or they going to hear it anyway. Yeah. You know, like Big you said, the only thing he did wrong was let him record him. And we're going to see how many of you guys stand by this. Gunner, confess. I'm paying attention. You know what I'm talking about. 2 hours. Interrogation room. I got it. Do the right thing. Oh, it's gonna drop. Sweetie! Sweetie! I was hoping to have this done prior to. I've been working on it, but it fell the way it fell. Hey, Gunner, listen. I'm putting it together. I'm going to give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm gonna give you some time, though, Gunner, for you to go ahead on and confess.
I have been steady talking and y'all could not hear me. I am so sorry. Okay, so we're going to refresh and double check real quick before I stop sharing my X page that nothing's come up that we need to know about in the trial. And then we're going to see if it'll let us watch Gang Gang Atlanta. Detective Dennis's Gang Gang Atlanta. No, we're still with the jury deliberations. I don't expect to hear anything before 5 o'clock, which is the earliest that the jury can stop deliberations for the day. Dolly White, my heart, my prayers go out to you and yours today, baby. Y'all been through more than you should have ever gone through. Oh, I think I got a call. Y'all, I got to mute for a second. I got a call coming in. Pray it's good news. Y'all bear with me for a moment. I'm going to try to pull this Gang Gang Atlanta up. I've got to take this call. It's important. Y'all bear with me. I'm just trying to get this to start playing. My phone dropped the call. Our service is still terrible here. And y'all please pray. Seems something might have happened to a family member. I'll get right back. I bet y'all ain't heard a darn tootin' word I've been saying. Lord have mercy. I'm so sorry, y'all. There's a wreck on I-40 between mile marker 103 and 104. Please, y'all pray. I can't get Lacey to answer the phone. It's a car that looks like hers, and I'm about to have a meltdown because this is the time that she would have been taking her fiance to work right off of exit 103. Oh my God. Sorry, y'all. And I've been trying to get this stupid thing to play and it won't play, and I don't understand why. Let me see. I'm gonna open another window and see what I can do. Let's see. It's gang, Atlanta. It says that it's 56 minutes long. I don't understand why it won't play. It says it was released 2023. It says documentary. Mint. I gotta stay busy right now, y'all. It just keeps bringing me. I swear, y'all, it's in a circle. Okay, okay. Let me switch pages. Y'all pray for me. Let's share a page. They said it was released to the internet, so I Googled it. I don't know what Restream keeps doing that for, but whatever. Okay. I haven't already watched it. I want to watch it. I already. Ain't it amazing how there's a lot that they won't show? Let's see. We'll try this one first and see if this is it. If it opens in a different window, I'll let you guys know. You'll see it with me.
History, and the Southern charm. Dubbed the music capital of the...
All right, y'all, let's watch it together. Okay. This is Gang Atlanta Crime Dog. Let's see if this is the right one. Hell, it's synonymous with the post-pandemic effects of poverty following. Yep, this is it. Okay, hold up. Let me read this. Let's read this description before we start. We gonna have us a viewing. I am gonna have to put the copyright disclaimer up that Miss Justice gave me earlier. And pray they don't come after us. But hey, what the heck? I'm ready. What it do? Okay. This came out July 21st, 2024. It's saying Hood Movie for free movie. In this feature, we take an in-depth look into a rise in Atlanta crime and gang activity and how it's synonymous with the post-pandemic effects of poverty. If YouTube takes this down, it will be up on my Patreon. We are going to live react right here, right now. Okay? Stars are Asher Sanchez, Tyrone Dennis, detective retired Tyrone Dennis. Piece of shit, Tyrone Dennis. Oh, did I say that out loud? My bad. Y'all just don't know everything that I've seen and all the lies. Man, like our court system and our police is crooked, just crooked. Do anything. Anyway, I digress. Created by BJ Orr. You make sure that I'm subscribed or give me a thumbs up. And I'm going to share this link. Y'all please come to Stash Free Documentaries. That's the only place I've been able to find this. It's only 20 minutes of it, so it can't be the whole thing. But we're going to see what we can see, and then I'll try to find it all. True stories are oftentimes more outrageous than anything you see in a fictional film. Nonfiction has the largest variety of tales from small and personal to global and impactful. Enjoy these true... I hope I ain't muted myself. Okay. I've been on the IMDb page. It's terrible. Let's see what this gives us. We're going to have to watch it, changing the playback speed just slightly. All right, guys. Take it to the limit one more time. Let me mute myself. Shiitake mushroom sandwich. I was muted. Sorry, y'all. I just want to know how, even though it's only a third of what it purports that it is, how is it possible that they edited, released, and everything before opening arguments even began in the trial? Can somebody tell me that part? I'm going to mute. Well, is it? Sorry. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to sneeze and cough at the same time. I'm going to mute while this is playing and see if I can't get Lacey on the phone and give y'all an update. Please just stay with me.
This is Atlanta, where tall buildings and bustling freeways enclose a city filled with opportunity, history, and a southern charm. Dubbed the music capital of the South, in its backyard you will find prominent universities, a poppin' nightlife, and a flourishing tech and film industry that rivals the likes of New York and LA. Atlanta's influence has always exceeded the city limits. Considered the epicenter of the civil rights movement, it was on these grounds where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. first led the nation towards freedom and justice. Around this time, an emerging culture began to overtake the nation as the sounds of gospel and soul penetrated the airwaves. A prosperous black middle and upper class thrived under the leadership of the city's first black mayor. The region continued its run throughout the late 80s and 90s as R&B and hip-hop began to take center stage. But with great progress comes...
I'm saving up to buy a house, so I want to avoid big medical bills. After 3
comes great adversity. Atlanta, like other major cities, raised public housing projects that served as ground zero for the 80s crack epidemic. And in 1994, Atlanta was ranked the most dangerous city in the country. Despite the city's ensuing troubles, Atlanta continued to rise. The city was chosen to host the 1996 Olympics, deeming Atlanta a premier choice destination for big business and the land of opportunity for millions of new residents. This economic surge
pursue having the Olympics here in 1996.
If you could describe kind of the social and economic effect of the 19
across the United States. Those programs specifically were centered around one called Hope 6. And it allowed places like the city of Atlanta to take Hope 6 money and redevelop their public housing projects. In fact, the city of Atlanta did that. The city of Atlanta took down close to 10,000 public housing units and rebuilt them into new communities. For Metro Atlanta, like many other metropolitan areas, our lowest income communities are dominated by people of color. Generally, when you think about metropolitan Atlanta, the poor communities are located almost always south of I-20. Most of the jobs are located on the north side. Most of the people actually live on the north side. Only 4% of children living in a high poverty neighborhood are likely to get out of poverty. So that idea of the old railroad tracks or some dividing line like I-20 is still very much there in Metro Atlanta. And it impacts the quality of the neighborhood experience, crime rates, and of course educational performance, because you now have more than ever poor people concentrated in ways that they wouldn't have been 25 or 50 years ago.
My goal is to buy hook or by crook by any means necessary to make well over $10 million in the next 10 years. You got me? Right? My grandparents were never millionaires, but they were rich. You know why? Because they owned the home we lived in. They owned the extra home on Fairlane. They rented out that home, and they both had jobs. My grandmother was educated and a nurse. My grandfather drove dump trucks and had trade skills, so he was never without money.
So the Olympics comes here to Atlanta. A lot of things change for Atlanta. Who benefited from the Olympics coming
Rich people. People who were rich, people who were economically powerful and politically connected benefited. Absolutely they did. Who definitely did not benefit were people who lived under federal government housing, meaning East Lake Meadows, different housing projects, because those projects closed. And when those projects closed, those people were sent out to places like Riverdale, Southeast, and things of that nature, and then MARTA lines were cut, which essentially left those people on economic islands of poverty. And you saw crime rate raise in places like Clayton County, because all of a sudden you have people that are out here that are poor, and now they don't have access to even get back in the city. So as beautiful as the Olympics was, as cool as Sparky was, and it was great to see Muhammad Ali in person, it has been an absolutely terrible experience in terms of jail scene that happened around nonviolent drug offenses, things that would have gotten you 5 years, got you 20 all of a sudden. Some brothers are still just coming home from that. It pushed poor people out of the city, and I never understood it because our city has been a Democratic enclave forever, and essentially they put their voter base
nearly 3 times the national violent crime rate. Officials believe that at the heart of this violence are its gangs, with more than 50.
You guys, I'm getting a ride to go and see what's going on because I can't raise anybody on the phone. So as soon as my ride arrives, I'll let y'all know. And I'll come back live later.
%50 of Atlanta's violent crimes reported as being gang-related in 2017. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says almost 200 operate in the area today, more than double that versus 2013. The same forces that make gangs attractive to the West Coast and Southside Chicago youth are now also at play in the New South. West Side Atlanta. It's a Saturday morning, and while most people are working 9 to 5s, out shopping, or attending local events with family and friends, Bloody E is preparing to do what he does on a daily basis. Hustle.
Just waking up. First, I start my day. First blunt of the day. Plays, calling. You know how that go. A normal day, I don't think I have normal days. You never know what it's gonna be like. You never know what you're walking out that door to.
What's the motivation behind it?
I hustle for my family. I got children I gotta feed. They depend on me. I got 5 children. Oh, I signed up for this shit. Big difference. Nobody will never understand it. I didn't do it for fame, no clout, you know. I don't do this because I want to. I do it because I got to. Like it's a difference in all of it. So me waking up knowing, okay, I'm making plays, you know, doing this and that and making a little money. It ain't never enough, but I gotta do that. because people depend on me. I got children to feed. You know how that go. I'm a Jordan fan because, you know, when I was young, my people couldn't buy me joints. They couldn't afford these shoes. You know, and there's certain pair I get because I saw, you know, other kids with those same shoes, and I know I couldn't afford them. So now I buy the motherfuckers every time they come out. You know what I'm saying?
Oldest of 3 siblings, E was raised in the Simpson Road community by his grandparents. He was kicked out of multiple schools and has been in and out of jail since the age of 16. Yet, he does what he has to survive and acknowledges that this is the life he chose.
I'm wondering when we're going to see the part that's supposed to have the YSL and Young Thug people in it. I mean, according to everything that's in it, the first episode, which this is the first episode, first season, supposed to be all about them. Like, what's up? Am I missing it? If I am, y'all please explain to me what I'm missing. I'm so confused. Back to this.
When people think of gangs, they usually think of a movement that got its start during the early 70s in the streets of LA. But gangs are almost as old as America herself. In the movie Gangs of New York, director Martin Scorsese depicts a group of poor Irish and Italian immigrants fighting for control over a slum in New York City in the mid-1800s. Gangs expanded to the Midwest and cities like Chicago in the early 1900s, where they morphed into large criminal organizations with political influence and power. As gang culture spread to the West Coast in the 1930s, unlike Midwest and Northeast gangs that grew out of poverty, they would grow out of ethnic segregation as Mexican immigrants poured into West Coast cities in record numbers. As blacks began to move north during the Great Migration, they were met with violence from gangs of white youth, which they responded by forming their own gangs for self-protection. By the early 70s, black gangs in Los Angeles, known as Bloods and Crips, would form into territorial-based groups,
So, I'm going to tell y'all something real quick that I hadn't never put out here fully in the YouTube sphere until just now. Since we're talking about the Bloods and the Crips, and I'm probably going to get struck or whatever, I'll just keep it a band. When I say I used to be a Ruby, my ex, the one that is back in town, the reason that I have fear is a West Coast bounty hunter by affiliation and name, defined by the tats, been upstate New York several times, incarcerated, multiple felonies, and my state was marked as one of the top 3 ranks in our area. In my state, he was one of the top 3 that was known to be here. That's who was threatening me and my family. That's who have still multiple times violated the restraining order. Hold on, I'm putting my hoodie over my head to be ready when my ride gets here with Lacey and Little Man. And I apologize if y'all can't hear me. I'm trying. We were together for almost 7 years. Haven't been in a relationship since and don't want to be in one because of him and everything I went through. I went through a lot. Most people, actually, nobody but me and him know everything still to this day. There were people that were there. There were people that witnessed stuff and didn't try to stop anything, didn't try to help me. That's why I feel how I feel a lot of times about people. When you have somebody that's supposed to be your friend and they walk and shut a door in your face while somebody's punching you in it or in the back of your head, how are you supposed to feel? And that was a male that did that, by the way. Him and his mama. Didn't even want to do nothing when she found out he was beating her son up. Took him to church with him. Okay, I'll mute and go back to the video.
creating the new blueprint for the culture that would spread across the entire country.
When you think about the reputation of the city of Atlanta, what comes to your mind and what do you think comes to most people's mind when they think about Atlanta as a whole?
Well, when I think of Metro Atlanta as a whole, because Atlanta also includes the suburbs, I think it's a party city, it's a fun city, it's a great place to be, but also a subculture that a lot of people, they don't get a chance to interact with, but they know it exists.
How would you compare Atlanta to some of these, heavily congested gang areas in other cities?
Why is everyone spiraling over YouTube banning?
You know what I'm saying? So, and then I can also
call me crazy, but what I'm seeing is not what IMDb says this is. Did they have to switch things up because they couldn't give what they said they were going to? Is that why this one episode, it seems, was all that was ever produced? Because this is the one with Dennis in it. When I read the description, it's got Detective Dennis.
hide in plain sight here.
I've been in Atlanta all my life. Started committing crimes at the age of 13, and eventually I joined the gang at the age of 15 in 1984. At the time, we were identified as neighborhood gangs or hybrid gangs, and we were having issues with the surrounding projects that I stayed around. And those things eventually went to another level because you had migrating gangs coming here from Chicago, LA, New York.
Guys, my ride is here. I will be back live as soon as I find out what's going on. Peace, love, and light. I've got to go. I'm sorry. I've got to check on my child.